Hello everyone, I'm so glad to have you in my class today. I just want to take a quick moment to introduce myself. My name is Abby and I will be guiding you through today's class. You won't be needing any props, but you are welcome to bring a block nearby if you need to prop yourself up or hold on to it at any point in this class. You're always welcome to follow my modifications as well if you need to customize the practice to suit your body, which I do encourage you to do, as this practice is entirely for you. I want you to really listen to what your body is asking for and just know that every variation of every pose is just as effective as one another. So when you're ready for this class today, we're going to go ahead and start in a cross-legged seat. Sitting up nice and tall, take a moment to roll your shoulders back. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone slightly, and lifting up high through the crown of the head to sit up here. You can start to close down the eyes, relaxing your hands on your knees or in your lap. And take a moment here to deepen your breath, noticing the sound of every inhale and exhale. And whether you're coming to this practice at the start of your day, or maybe right in the middle or at the very end of your day, allow your mind to let go of anything that this day has brought you so far, whether good or bad. Let go of any expectations that you have for this practice or for the moments following after this practice is over. Know that this practice will be everything that it needs to be for you today. As we follow our breath and listen to our body. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, that you can maybe even take in through the rest of your day as well, you're welcome to do so now. Maybe completing the sentence, I choose. Allow this intention to flow through your body with every breath, now and throughout your entire practice, and maybe even throughout your day. Then when you're ready, softly flutter open the eyes and come up onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Allow for your hands to be just directly shoulder width apart and underneath each shoulder, and your knees to be about hip width apart, directly in line with your hips. Find a neutral spine here, and then take a deep inhale to drop your belly, opening up the chest and lifting your gaze. And then exhale, pulling your belly in and your spine up towards the sky as you press away from the mat, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, coming back under, scooping forward, dropping your belly. Exhale, pressing your back towards the ceiling, curling everything into this C shape. And then just keep this fluid motion going with every inhale and exhale, following your own breath, your own pace. Warming up the spine so that we can protect the core of our body throughout our practice today. And if you'd like to, you can even start to kind of play around with this fluid movement here, maybe even going side to side or drawing a figure 8 with your hips, or even just rotating your torso in circles as you link your movements to each inhale and exhale. Just finding playful movement here, anything that feels good for your body. And then when you're ready, come up to a neutral spine, tuck your toes under, and slowly peel your hips up towards the sky as you lengthen out through the spine, clawing through your fingertips. Really grounding through the feet as well. It's okay if your heels aren't touching the floor, and it's also more than okay to bend your knees here. The most important thing is finding length in your spine and really reaching the hips up towards the sky. Pedal out the feet here. Continue to knit those ribs in towards your center. Finding movement that feels good in your body. Then gently come to stillness and walk your feet up towards your hands to fold at the top of your mat. Let everything go here, letting the torso hang heavy against the thighs. Allow for a nice gentle bend in your knees here to really let go in the lower back. Continuing to breathe. Noticing how you feel so far today. And then take a big inhale, lengthening through the spine, straightening the legs and pulling the shoulder blades back. And exhale to release back into that fold. Ground through your feet and bend your knees generously as you sweep your arms up high overhead and come to stand. Take a big inhale. Really reaching, and then exhale, raining the fingers down and making your way all the way back into that fold. Take a big inhale here as you find that halfway lift once again with a flat back. And exhale to fold. Plant your palms and step one foot back and then the other to find a high plank. You're also welcome to come up on your knees here if that feels better for you. Wherever you are, pressing away from the mat, shifting forward on your toes and lowering all the way down to your belly. From here, gently bring your hands in towards your ribs, press onto the tops of your feet, and open up into your upward facing dog, maybe even allowing your thighs to hover off the mat here. Rolling the shoulders back, take a deep inhale. And exhale as you release. Tuck the toes under and gently press up into your downward facing dog, clawing through the fingertips, pedaling it out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Find your fold. Inhale to find halfway lift. Exhale, release. Folding against your legs. Take a big inhale as you ground through your feet and really reach up high to come to stand. And on your exhale, raining the fingers down, folding against your thighs, letting everything go. Inhale to find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step into your high plank or your plank from your knees. Shift forward on your toes, and this time see if you can go from chaturanga and into your upward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, switching back directly into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Finding length in your spine. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it all out. Bring your big toes to touch and take a big inhale as you really anchor through your left heel and extend your right leg up high towards the sky. Squaring off the hips here. Inhale. And as you exhale, shifting forward, knee to nose, step your right leg through into a low lunge as you drop your back knee. Take a moment to really notice your foundation here. Squaring off the hips, making sure that your knee is directly in line with your ankle so that you're not going past your toes with your knee. Keeping everything in line, nice and safe and comfortable. Really bring your attention to your breath here, noticing any areas that feel tense. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back and maybe even reach your arms up high above you. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Nice cleansing breath. Then gently plant your palms on the mat, leaning into your left hand. Extend your right arm up towards the sky, taking a soft twist in the torso. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale as you release your hand down to the mat. Tuck your back toes and step that right leg back into your downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Drop your weight into that right heel and extend your left leg up high behind you, squaring off the hips, knitting your lower ribs into the midline. Take a big inhale. And exhale as you shift forward, knee to nose, stepping your left leg through and dropping your right knee down to the mat. Check in with your alignment, noticing where your knee is, directly above your ankle here. Roll the shoulders back, squeezing the inner thighs towards the midline. Take a deep breath and let it all out. If you'd like to go a little bit further here, you're welcome to reach your arms up high above you, maybe even taking a mudra with your fingers. Continuing to breathe deeply here. Long cleansing breaths. If you fall a little bit, that's more than okay. Know that this practice is everything it needs to be for you, and it's going to look different on everyone. Gently lower your hands back down to the mat and lean into your right palm. Extend your left hand up high towards the sky, opening up the chest and finding a soft twist. Take a big inhale. And exhale as you release your right hand back down to the mat, tucking your toes, and this time stepping your lunge up to your forward fold here. And exhale to let everything go. Take a big inhale here, pressing up to your halfway lift, pulling the shoulder blades back, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, folding in towards your thighs. Let everything go. Ground through your feet. Really reaching up high here, engaging the thighs as you stand up tall. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, raining the fingertips down back into that fold. Inhale, pressing up to your halfway lift. Peeling the shoulders back, opening up the chest. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step back into that high plank or your modified plank. Lowering all the way down to your chaturanga and into your upward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale directly back into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Clawing through the fingertips. Knitting the ribs in. Focusing on the breath. Take a big inhale here as you drop your weight into your left heel, extending your right leg up high. And from here, instead of shifting into that low lunge, you're just going to step your foot at the front of your mat and turn your entire body and your toes to point towards the long edge of your mat into a wide-legged forward fold. Let everything hang heavy here. It's alright to have a bend in your knees as well if that feels a bit better for you. You can also bring your feet in a bit closer or farther, finding a stretch that feels good in your body. Letting everything go, and then take a deep inhale, finding a halfway lift here in this wide-legged forward fold, and then folding, finding length in your spine this time as you fold, and maybe even grabbing hold of your shins or your ankles to pull your torso in just a little bit closer towards your legs. Continuing that deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And maybe even taking a few deep cleansing breaths out the mouth. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, taking your fingertips to your feet or to the mat and gently squatting here, bending the knees gently, and then extending back up to straighten the legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. One more time, exhale, bending the knees, getting that nice inner thigh stretch, warming up the hips, and then straightening back up to that wide-legged forward fold. From here, walk your hands over to your right side and turn your feet towards the front of your mat to step your feet together in a fold. Letting everything go, resting your torso against your thighs. Inhale to find your halfway lift, finding length in the spine, maybe even straightening out the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, really reaching high as you stand tall. Taking a big inhale. And then exhale, folding all the way down, planting your palms. Taking your vinyasa, or maybe even just finding your way directly into a downward dog. You're welcome to skip a vinyasa whenever you need to. And as you exhale, lower your knees to the mat, open them up wide, and sink your hips back onto your heels. Melting your heart towards the earth. Deep cleansing breaths here. letting go, coming back to your breath and noticing how that breath travels through your body in a practice like this. Bringing awareness to the control that you have over your body and your mind and your breath. Take an inhale, maybe lifting the chest and lifting the gaze, and then exhaling to sink just a little bit deeper, reaching your fingertips as far forward as you can as you pull your hips back towards your heels, pulling in opposite directions. Opening up the back side of the body, sinking into the hips. Take a big inhale to gently press back up onto your hands and knees, tucking your toes and peeling your hips back up to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. And then bring your big toes to touch, dropping your right heel towards the earth, extending your right leg up high behind you. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, shifting forward, knee to nose. This time dropping your ankle, shin, and knee to the mat, finding your pigeon pose, squaring off the hips. You can lower your left knee down towards the mat and allow your front knee to not go further than a 90-degree angle here. The more open that this leg is, the more you'll feel this stretch. And so if this isn't comfortable for you, you're welcome to bring your heel in closer towards your center. Taking a moment to really square the hips here, sitting up tall. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, folding forward, maybe resting on your forearms, lowering to wherever feels comfortable for you to really just sink into this stretch. Completely letting go, taking deep cleansing breaths, feeling that amazing stretch in the hips, the thighs, the glutes. And then maybe walk your hands over to your right side, reaching for a little bit of a different stretch here. And then gently walking your hands through center. Take your hands over to your left side, leaning deeply into the right side of your body to feel this stretch. And then walking your hands back through center. Come to sit back up. Tuck your left toes, claw through the fingertips, and step back into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Drop your weight into that right heel and extend your left leg up high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shifting forward, knee to nose, dropping your ankle, shin, and knee parallel to the front edge of your mat, or pulling the ankle in closer towards your center. Take a moment to square off your hips. Sit up nice and tall and take a deep breath in. Exhale, maybe folding forward, resting on your forearms, maybe even reaching your arms forward, really just finding any variation that feels good to you. Sinking just a little bit deeper into your hips with every breath. Continuing to anchor both sides of the body into the ground evenly. Then gently walk your hands over to your left side, sinking into the right hip, letting go. Continuing that deep breath. And then walk your hands through center and over to your right side. Allowing your breath to really nourish your body. And allowing your body to fully absorb it. Then gently walk your hands through center to come to sit back up. And just softly swing your legs around in front of you. Coming to sit here and then gently roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock a little side to side. Letting your back find length against your mat here. And then extend your left leg out long against the mat and cross your right knee over to your left side, rolling onto your left hip. And then reaching your arms out to a T. Maybe even look over your right shoulder here to really deepen the twist. Come back to your breath. Allow both shoulders to really root into the mat here. Really lengthening from head to toe as you inhale. And twisting just a little bit deeper as you exhale. Resting here for just a few more breaths. And then gently rolling back onto your tailbone, hugging your knees into your chest. And then extend your right leg out long. And gently roll onto your right hip here. Sending your left knee over to the right side. And then your gaze over your left shoulder. Making sure to really rest both shoulder blades heavy into the mat. Continue those deep inhales and longer exhales. Finding length with every inhale and twisting just a little bit further through your core with every exhale. Noticing any areas that you may be tensing without realizing it. And really just letting go. Letting the mat carry you, letting the earth carry you. Stay here for just a few more breaths. And then gently coming back to center. Hug both knees in to your chest. Take your feet towards the sky and grab onto the outer edges of your feet as you pull your knees in towards your armpits. And really allow your tailbone to rest heavy against the mat here. Focusing on keeping length in the spine and really rooting into the mat. You can even rock a little side to side, or maybe extending one leg out long for a stretch and then maybe the other. Finding what feels good for you. And then hug your knees into your chest and take your feet down to the mat. You can either bring your feet as wide as your mat to knock your knees in towards one another, or you can extend your legs out long. For this moment of final relaxation in Shavasana. Take your hands beside you on the mat, your palms facing up. Close down the eyes. Let your feet fall open wherever they feel comfortable doing so if you are laying with your legs extended. And take this moment to allow your breath to return to its natural state without it growing deeper or longer on purpose. We're just letting it take its natural course here. Bring awareness to this moment of stillness. As you let your body completely drift into the surface you're lying on, trusting the ground beneath you. Relax the face. Relax the shoulders, the hands, the chest, the hips, knees and feet. And take this moment to imagine every inch of your body melting into the floor. From your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you need to. You can pause this video and keep going. But if you're ready to get moving again, you can start to wiggle your fingertips and toes, bringing awareness back into all the limbs that were melted away. Maybe even reaching the arms up overhead and pointing the toes in opposite directions. And then gently bending the knees, rolling onto either side. Taking your time to come up to that cross-legged seat that we started in. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at your heart. Close down the eyes once more and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And maybe come back to the intention you may have set at the start of class. Allowing it to follow you out of this practice and into your day. Take one more deep breath in through the nose and a cleansing breath out the mouth. Softly flutter open the eyes, bowing your head into your hands and whisper, Namaste. Thank you so much for attending this class today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you are welcome to share it with friends and family, anyone who you think would benefit from it. And you can always come back to this channel anytime you need to flow. We post videos 3 times a week, and you are always welcome here. I hope you have a great day.